Welcome to the Rude Barn Podcast, everyone. I am the Barn. Right over here is my buddy,
Rude. That's why we're called the Rude Barn.
Boom, Rude Barn. We're do something a little bit different tonight. We're going to do kind of a little rapid fire, or we call a Rude Fire podcast tonight, where we kind of talk about this topic, let it play through a little bit, and then we comment on it, and then we go to the next one and kind of shoot a bunch of, birds out of the sky, if you will. And you will. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway, we have some fun stuff.
I don't think you need to explain it. People know what rapid fire news is. Let's fucking fire away, baby.
Oh, I guess we have a much smarter audience than I gave us credit for. Good job, everybody. So. All right, let's get into this. All right, welcome to the Rude Barn Podcast. My buddy Rude's right over here. I am the Barn. Check out our merch, therudebarn.etsy.com. We got a lot of
looking good. This is good.
I'm wearing it for the last couple episodes we've been doing. It's just comfy as all get out. It's soft. It's soft.
Soft on the inside.
Soft on the inside. Soft on the outside. You like it? Go order some. We also have soft t-shirts, soft mugs. No, mugs. They're not really soft.
We got coffee cups. We got shirts. We got t-shirts. We got underwear. We got jammies. You can do it on anything.
We got nuclear warheads. We got hypersonic missiles. What else do we got?
Whatever you need, we got it.
Got it. Check it out. TheRudeBarn.etsy.com. Hey, yay. Go check it out. Now, every little bit helps the show out, so we can do this a little more often. We try to get to these when we can. But anyway, welcome. So we're going to go through a few videos here. We're going to let the video play through, and then we're going to comment on it. And we want your comments as well and what you think, because I just kind of run across this stuff as I'm lurking for things.
Yeah, lurking
around the internet, being the creepy guy. And I find stuff and like, oh, well, that's fascinating and interesting, isn't it? And so we're going to play a video, make a comment or two on it, and then move to the next one and go from there. I think we called it the rapid fire. In our world, the rude fire. So
there you go.
Let's move into this, kids, and see what we got going on. So check
this rude with it
right here.
Scientific experiment from the 1960s. They made the perfect world for mice with unlimited food, safety, and no predators. In the beginning, they placed 4 females and 4 males and let them multiply. The population exploded, hundreds, then thousands. Then something strange happened. They stopped mating. And within 4 years, they were extinct. But why? According to scientists, the reason was social interaction overload. Just like humans on social media today. They were in 24/7 interaction with thousands of others. Too much stimulation, too much competition for social status, and this led them to lose the ability to form bonds, to mate and raise their young. Many males became so-called the beautiful ones. They lost interest in females. They just groomed themselves all day and withdrew completely because they could not compete in this chaos anymore. And the females followed by losing interest in males. So no mating, and they all just died without having babies. Since 2010 smartphones, humans are living the same social interaction overload. 24/7 status competition, income and lifestyle comparison with thousands of others, physical looks to impossible standards. And many young people just choose to withdraw. For the first time in history, young people are having less sex than their parents. 30% of men under 30 had no sex for a year. Loneliness epidemic hits us harder than any virus could. You know, the mice couldn't turn this off, but you can.
All right, buddy. What do you think of that?
Nailed it, 100%. I think that's exactly where we're going. The stat there that for the first time in history, young people are having less sex than their parents.
Yeah, I enjoy sex.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it's fun as hell.
But that's mind blowing, dude.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting? And how long ago did he say this study came out? In the 50s or 60s, was it? I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
something like that. And let's see if I can scroll back through here. I can't remember what it was. Let's go back real quick. Mouse Paradise. and I can't remember what they said. Oh, 60s. Yeah, from the 1960s.
Mhm.
So this has been in play for what is that, 60 years ish?
Yeah, something like that.
Basically.
Yeah, a little
And
over.
yeah, and it's interesting how it mirrors exactly like he's saying, exactly what's going on today. And with all the porn, with all the other stuff that's overstimulation and everything like that, why would a kid have to leave his parents' basement,
Yeah.
you know, and go out there and actually interact with a woman? And it's like, well, first of all, that's just lame. I love interacting with women. They're great, and other people, men as well. And I'm just saying, it's it's just sad on where we're going, and this has been done on purpose. Maybe, do you think maybe this has been done on purpose?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's all an experiment, and this is the thing. We're the rats in the cages right now. I
We are.
think
We're the
for sure.
mice.
It's
Yeah.
or the mice. Yeah. It's a social experiment. I
Yep.
1000%
Oh, pardon.
do not like disagree with that one. One bit.
Yeah, I just stumbled across that and I watched it and I was like, oh. And that video plus one other, all of a sudden I got that's the idea to do this is like, you know what? There's a bunch of interesting topics that we don't ever discuss, but how cool would it be to just kind of put it out there and do that? When I saw that one, I was just like, oh shit. That hits home big time.
It does. It's pretty crazy, and it's a really good example of one reason why we need to get outside more.
Put your damn phone down, turn off the damn computer, touch grass, like they say,
Mm-hmm.
and get out there and experience the world, experience humanity, experience talking with somebody, and interacting with humanity. And maybe you will have a little more sympathy and a little more empathy for people who are going through other problems, who might have disagreements or have different views of things with you, and you might understand it a little bit more and be like a little more like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. But when you're at home in your little world looking at your whole thing, and it's a computer screen, you got 20 tabs open and you got, boom, 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 you're being bombarded with all this shit. Yeah, it gets to be a little tough.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Deal
That's
with
not the
reality.
world. That's not the world around you. That is a virtual playground.
The simulation, or I don't know, whatever. But yeah,
you get outside. That's the world.
Yep.
You go walking around. You talk to people. You get involved. You do community shit. I don't know, but at the same time, that's the real world.
Yeah.
What we're seeing on the screens and all this bullshit is not the real world. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
The 40 million a week that comes on the airplane and comes into Afghanistan. The amount of money on the plane weekly is 43 million to 87 million. But one thing I want Americans to understand is in that bucket of the 40 million we send each week, we are paying basically welfare to Taliban martyrs' families. So every Taliban member who died during the war with us, the US government is paying them a stipend. So our families of Americans who died there aren't getting squat, but we are paying Taliban families for basically dying while attacking us.
This is just enraging.
I asked a couple of people that question, do you not think this is not ethically correct? And actually one person gave me an answer of, well, it'll stop them from joining ISIS. I'm like, the Taliban guy's already dead.
Right?
It is staggering the amount of money that we are paying them.
What did she say? 40 to 43 million a week?
A week.
A week.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Add that up on your calculator and let me know how much that is a year, a month. Well, 43 is going to be 130, 140 million a month. We're spending over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion. Yeah.
Over Afghanistan and the Taliban, families of the Taliban, fighters that get killed, yet our veterans come home from that same exact war or any other war.
Jack shit.
Then
they put them off for 20 years to try to get their disability, or something. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's absolutely asinine what we're doing to our own people, and no wonder we have such a problem here. And we have vets on the streets, homeless,
Mm-hmm.
who are not being taken care of. And I hope that we have someday better care for people who were either volunteered or forced to join our military and fight and die or get injured and disabled because of what they're doing to fight for this country and for what we're supposed to be fighting for. And yet we're going to we can't fix our own homeless problems. We can't fix our own crime problems. We can't fix, the forestry services that will undercut the forest so that the huge wildfires won't burn down LA.
Yeah.
And things like that. But we can spend over $1 billion for family members of Taliban fighters who are fighting against our guys.
To say sorry. This is sorry money. Are you kidding me?
We're fighting a war.
You know what they're
yeah.
You know what they're actually doing with that money? They're not giving it back to those families. They're not.
No.
They're not giving them
stimulus. They can buy more weapons against us.
Exactly.
Oh
they're taking it and buying weapons and rockets from other countries to fight against us more. You know what I mean? And put more terrorist cells into our country. And
why
we're
wouldn't
paying for it. We are paying for them to try to kill us. This is
why would they not continue to do that even more? Well, we know we're going to get money, and you're going to fight for and die for your cause anyway. We'll just fight more, and we'll die more, and we'll have more people come in, and more
just
of us.
Going to keep giving us money.
We're going to keep perpetuating the situation. It's
ridiculous, dude.
Ridiculous.
It is such a huge slap in the face.
Yeah, it is such everything that we're dealing with is are lies and scams, and we are all getting scammed.
And we need to wake up for it.
And we're paying for it.
Out of our own pockets. We are paying for it.
Yeah. All those taxes that you pay, guess where it's going now?
It's where
it's going to Somali fraud organizations creating fake child daycare facilities, and shit like this. And those are just two examples of the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of programs just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Next one.
Check this out. This guy had to leave work to go pick his kid up from school because they were staging an ICE protest at school.
Sound familiar, dude?
I'm here to
yep.
You got kids down there on the overpass about got hit by a car just a second ago. About caused a wreck. Sad.
We do have admins out.
You have like 1,000 kids on the overpass. One just about got hit by a car.
Okay, we did let the deputies know because the students that did walk out, the deputies are dealing with. They had a ICE protest on campus that was friendly and was supposed to be safe for the advocate.
This is for school. This isn't for kids shouldn't be involved in that. This is for learning. I have to leave work because while I'm working, I have to worry about what you're manipulating my kids into listening.
That's right.
It's bullshit. It's fake media. I want my son out of here now.
This video is going viral. They say he's a hero. I'm just going to say, you know what? A parent shouldn't have to do this. No way. For them to be dragging the kids into this, it's gone too far.
Sound familiar?
Literally did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
A parent, who are these people that think that they deserve to take our kids out of a learning of reading, writing, arithmetic, history? I don't know, learning how to balance a checkbook or your bank account, home ec, wood shop, learn how to work on your car. Mm-hmm. All the stuff, all the learning you should be doing, and you shouldn't be involved with these adult social issues at the ages that this father is dealing with. Probably his kids are under 14. Could be an 8-year-old, could be a 10. I don't know. You dealt with this the other day. We talked about it in our other podcast. Tell us quickly a little about that, and then we'll move to the next one.
Same thing. It's complete bullshit. They're putting an ideology on these kids, and really kind of supporting the staff and some members of the staff, not all of them, supporting this agenda and taking our kids out of school to march to go to a rally. And I was like, no, that's enough. Fuck this shit. I'm done. And and the shitty thing is this is a very good school. This is not a public school. This is a chartered school, for exceptionally smart kids. But the thing is they're very leftist leaning, and they
of course
really put this propaganda on my child, and had a real hard time with my child after that. And it was not right, because had they not done this, and had they not put this bullshit that my child thought that they needed to care about this, when all they needed to care about is their schoolwork and their little friend circles and all that kind of stuff. But they put this on my kid to push some sort of narrative, and that my kid needs to care about. My kid's 13. No, my kid doesn't need to worry about this.
This is the teachers and admins who were involved. This is because they wanted to go. They wanted to protest, so they made it. Yeah, they made it an issue. Say, oh, we should have the kids involved. This way I can take my whole class there, get an excuse to get out of class and out of school, not just the kids, but them, the teachers themselves, to go do what they wanted to do, which was do the protest.
That's the thing.
I don't care what they're protesting for. It doesn't matter.
They didn't even tout it as a field trip or anything like that. They just said, kids might be walking out. We can't stop them. And I was like,
yes, you can.
What? Wait, what? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
You certainly can stop them.
Yeah, you have school cops. You can stop them.
Yep. Absolutely. Ridiculous.
Horrible. And I yanked my kid. So there you go.
Just fucking evil. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
Sounds like the plot to a Netflix movie or a paranoid spy novel. But is the government of China attempting to get their pawns elected into governmental positions in the USA?
Probably.
Check out this recent FBI case. 65-year-old Mike Sun of Chino Hills, California, was an American accepting secret spy assignments from China. When Taiwan's president, Tsai Ing-wen, visited Southern California in 2023, Mike's Chinese paymasters tasked him to conduct surveillance on the Taiwanese president and report back on her activities, as well as taking pictures of pro-Taiwanese Americans at the public events. And then things got really interesting when Mike became the campaign manager for Eileen Wang, who was an up-and-coming local politician running to be on the city council of Arcadia City, California. Due to Mike's guidance and fundraising done at the behest of the People's Republic of China, Eileen won her election, and she is now the mayor of Arcadia. Why would China give a damn about who was the mayor in a California city with 56,000 residents? Well, my former FBI colleagues who work Chinese foreign counterintelligence tell me that the Chinese intel services are known to work a long game, planning operations decades into the future. Perhaps they saw Eileen as an up-and-comer. After monitoring Mike's activity for years, the FBI decided that the risk posed by his spying activity inside the U.S. outweighed the intel benefit of continued FBI surveillance, and he was arrested for acting as an illegal agent of a foreign power.
Oh my God,
Mike pled guilty and was just sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. To be clear, Mayor Eileen has not been charged with a crime, and she's identified only as individual 1 in the court records. If charged, the burden of proof would be on the government to show that she knew her campaign had been bought and paid for by China and that she was serving as their pawn. But we're just not there yet. But I am really curious what you think about this case, and if you feel Mike's
Yeah, do you think this is happening in our little world?
Fuck 'em.
Look at who's the mayor of Boston. I mean, okay, if we're going to go down this road that Chinese Communist Party is installing pawns and their minions into our government, which I don't doubt for one bit. And let's look at the mayor of Boston. Maybe she is as well. I believe she might be of Chinese descent. or something as well. I can't remember, but I have no doubt that China or other countries are infiltrating our government by putting members in place. Look what's happening with the Muslim community in Dearborn, Michigan, and Minneapolis, and all of that. So am I paranoid? Am I being racist and all that? I don't know. You want to look at it that way? Sure. If you don't, no, I'm not, because it's what's happening.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't. So Michelle Wu, mayor of Boston.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Member of the Democratic Party. Excuse me again. Sorry.
Yeah.
First woman and the first person of color to be elected to the position.
That's
apparently
so important. All the time.
It sounds like DEI right there.
Yeah.
Also at age 36, she was the youngest person to have been elected to the position in nearly a century. Wow.
Yeah.
The daughter of Taiwanese American immigrants, Rue graduated with honors from Harvard and Harvard Law School. Wow.
Interesting.
So
who knows?
Not to say she didn't work hard. But at the same time, who knows? And this is kind of one of those other things too. It's like the Olympic athletes that we were talking about. You know what I mean? He basically paid off to compete with compete under their flag. Now, who's to say they're not gonna try to buy off this person?
Of course.
And then other countries, you know what I mean?
To put their agenda in, put their communist agenda in.
Yeah.
To disrupt the US.
Well, yeah, it's to disrupt and kind of infiltrate from the inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's been done before.
Yeah. Remember that Russian? He was talking about all this. Trying to remember his name. He was interviewed many years ago, probably in the 80s, I think it was, talking about exactly how Russia was going to infiltrate the US and destroy us from within. And that's what's kind of happened with the whole China thing. So anyway, next. Let's check this.
Did this guy know? We're in the Bolshevik war right now, bro. And right now what's coming up is, so I had this woman come on my podcast. Her name's Mel K. She goes, I've been talking to some people in the intelligence, and they go, this gay pride stuff is going away. And the next thing you're going to see are immigration riots. This is going to be right around the next election. So hand to God, we do this.
And this is 2023. Look at the timestamp.
Yeah. I was just looking at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next day, Starbucks is like, we're banning all the pride stuff. And now,
no more gay.
You start seeing these, they're putting little breadcrumbs out, man.
No more gay.
There's one thing in Chicago, illegal immigrants are upset about where they're staying. And these illegal immigrants who speak no English are holding up perfectly written English signs saying we're tired of how we're being treated. This is what's going to be right around 2024 election.
Holy
immigration riots, people going nuts. Listen to this and you'll start seeing all the little breadcrumbs. I'm telling you, that's what they want you to think.
All according to plan. How did this guy know?
We're in the Bolshevik war.
Right?
Wow.
It's
playing out.
We've talked about
like
this
that
before. Yeah, we've talked about this before, and we said it's all a distraction. All of this shit means absolutely nothing. And you and I talked about off air. We said all of this is a distraction, and all of this was planned. None of this shit that's going on, the ICE protests or all this other stuff, none of this shit would have happened naturally or organically. It was all bought and paid for and organized by various groups. And we all had to deal with this whole Pride Month bullshit, which is a bunch of bullshit. And you all know it. You know, I mean, I love my LGBTQ. Well, no, my gay sister. I love my gay cousins and all that stuff. I have no problem with that, but I don't need to celebrate your lifestyle for a whole freaking month or more when you put gay pride night on a fucking hockey uniform or NFL or MLB jersey.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
So it was a distraction. Yeah. And now we have the immigration distraction. He nailed it. It's just it's like the COVID thing. What's the next there's going to be another pandemic coming. We all know this bullshit,
I'm
but
sure
we're ready for it this time.
What is it? The measles is what they're talking about. I heard there was another outbreak of smallpox.
Some bullshit like that. Yes.
Smallpox, really? We've been vaccinating for that since the fucking 40s.
Oh yeah.
That's World War One.
It is all bullshit.
Maybe even before that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely before that. I mean, yeah, this is all bullshit. This is all planned and everything else, and they know exactly what they're doing. It's to keep us all in chaos, to keep us all distracted. So they pull this other bullshit behind our back. It's like the Patriot Act thing that happened after 9/11, take away all of our rights, but we have an excuse. We got attacked.
Well, you know what, folks, me and Barn are part of the Awake clan, not the Woke clan, the Awake clan.
Awakened, yes.
And really, when you take a second and step back from, and I don't blame anybody, you know what I mean, that gets caught up in this news cycle, because it is very scary. Yeah, bombarded. It's very scary, and it's very fast, and it's designed to keep you on your heels. It's designed to to put you in this state of fear to where they can manipulate you, right?
Yeah.
So, but what you have to do is, you have to kind of take the emotion out of that and really kind of look beyond what's going on. And yes, it is terrible, like what's going on right now in Mexico.
Oh,
cartels burning down the cities.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible thing. It is. And you can say your prayers and for those people. And I'm not saying
killed, I guess, too. So
yeah, I'm not saying like take your heart out of the situations, but don't get so emotionally invested that you start to follow this narrative, that they're trying to leash you onto. You got to step back and look back and again question everything. That's what we're about. And look at
pulling these videos.
What they're throwing, what peanuts they're trying to throw you out the scent of what they're actually doing.
Yep.
It's been going on forever.
Yeah, let's blow up a building around the corner. Meanwhile, we're going to rob the bank down the street here while everybody's distracted over there. That's all it is. It's basically
exactly. That's all it is.
All right. Next.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yep.
Let me tell you something Sacramento doesn't want you to think about. Your Honda Civic doesn't destroy roads. Your Toyota Camry doesn't destroy roads. If you're Persian, your white BMW doesn't destroy roads. You want to know what destroys roads? An 80,000-pound semi-truck. One fully loaded 18-wheeler does the damage of thousands of passenger cars. That's why the first lane on every freeway is always the worst. That's where the trucks run. That's why trucks stop at weigh stations, so the state can weigh them and charge them for the damage. And those trucks already pay weight fees, higher registration, diesel taxes, IFTA reporting, special permits. But Sacramento doesn't want to talk about that. They want to put a tracker on your car and charge you per mile to drive to work, to the grocery store,
this is
to
all
pick
true.
up your kids, to go to church, to go to your gun range. $400 a month for roads your commuter car barely touches. It's not a tax. It's a shakedown.
It is a shakedown.
It is a shakedown.
That is a perfect word for it.
People have, you have to understand what's going on. Your car is not, like he said, it's not destroying the roads. It's the big trucks that carry these massive amounts of cargo, which we need to do. They need to do that. But probably should they reinforce the far right? I think they call it the number 1 lane, number 1 and 2 lanes. So that trucks can't destroy that as much, but they're paying for their road damage. They're paying. That's why it costs a lot to ship shit sometimes.
Yeah, but what are they doing? They're not using that money to fix the roads.
No,
because those roads have been shit for years.
It's all
if they were actually using that money to fix the roads, those roads would be under construction constantly
all the time.
And I get it. Construction sucks and we hate driving in it. But at the same time, it would be like, okay, let's do this stretch this year and then this stretch the next year. And then, and then go back and then redo this stretch and redo that stretch. But they're not spending it on the roads. They're letting the roads go to shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spending it somewhere else. And then they're shaking down, just dudes with Civics and Persians with BMWs. Like, come on, man. That's
they are the cause of a lot of issues on our roads.
All them speakers banging in the back. Shaking up the asphalt.
Yeah. So they want to charge everybody, they want to punish everybody else for the actual ones that are creating the problem, who are already paying to try to get this, but they're not using that money. So for that, they're using it for something else. So now they have to shake us down and California wants to charge per mile. Why they want to charge per mile is another thing he didn't mention, but he does in another video that he does. And I follow him, and he's got some interesting stuff in my home state of all the bullshit going on with Gavin Newsom. Is the EVs are not using gas. Therefore, the gas tax is not applying to them, but the EVs are using our roads just as much as everybody else. So instead of charging a gas tax, they're going to charge a per mile drive tax. So now you will get charged for driving from your home to your school, to your work, to your grocery store, down the street, go visit your cousin across town, whatever it is, because they can't charge you a gas tax if you're driving an EV.
Wow.
It is all a bunch of freaking bullshit.
I can't believe how far they're digging, dude. That is wild.
There needs to be some pushback, and everybody needs to be up in arms. Call your Congress people and senators in the state of California and tell them, stop the bullshit. Stop the continual taxing, the fees, that everything else makes this state unaffordable for anybody to live in. Not the rich. The rich can afford it. The people who make a good living it's the everyday people, the average Joes that are getting hit with all this bullshit. So wake up. This is shit that's happening. All right. We have 2 left. This one's kind of a double. And then we'll end on the last one here in a minute. So let's look at this next one.
And, it's true that, the White House does like to prepare all the food. And the kids were not always enthusiastic about the food that they were being served. So they were always trying to call for pizzas. And you can't order a pizza to the White House. I'll just tell you that right now.
Really, Hillary?
And we didn't. Sometimes there were. Sometimes you could go out maybe, and one of the kids could go out maybe and meet the pizza driver. Yeah, but the first time you would have thought that war had been declared. There's a pizza truck outside that says a pizza was ordered. What do we do with it? We had lots of challenges like that.
Gosh, she is a storyteller, isn't she?
Wow,
she is the bard, really.
It
is absolutely amazing. But here, check this out. And this kind of goes with everything that's happening and what she's talking about. If you know about the whole pizza thing, the pizza, the muffins, the jerky, hot dogs, everything else, all of the code language being used. Right. So this is another interesting thing that goes with this video. So it's not really a separate topic here on the rapid fire, the rude fire, but this is an interesting one. This is freaky. This is freaky. So just watch this and we'll comment on this. Then we got one last one after this.
Gabriela Rico Jimenez. She was a Mexican model and disappeared back in 2009. Of course, yet another person disappearing. She was filmed outside of a luxury hotel screaming about how they were eating people. Everyone thought she was crazy. Of course, the woman is crazy, not to be believed. Don't believe the woman.
Anyone speaking Spanish, you could probably confirm what she is yelling here, not just rely on, the closed captioning subtitles and all that stuff. But please let us know if this is not what she's saying.
Yes, she was visibly distressed. Wouldn't you be? Making accusations against highly powerful, prominent people in society that they're eating people? That's crazy, right? She's got to be crazy.
It's crazy,
This says
man.
here, on the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from those intestines. I guess they're just going to call all of us crazy now.
Oh my God, isn't that like the most disgusting thing? And this is some of the stuff that's in the Epstein files.
I know.
Isn't that nuts? I had to put that in there. I mean, people, all of this stuff we talked about, before we even started this podcast, I was going over this. This is why I wanted to start this podcast, is talk about this shit and let people understand and realize if you're not hearing about this, you're just listening to mainstream media, which is just pushing propaganda bullshit out to you, what they want you to hear. You've got to look further than that. And this is just, it's so effed up. And it's very disturbing. Anybody who has kids, or even if you don't have kids, you can totally understand, obviously, of course, but especially if you have kids, and the whole eating baby thing and the whole sacrificing and the child trafficking and all these different, what are they using these kids for other than just favors for Prince Andrew?
Yeah, or massages. Like
piece of shit. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So anyway, here's the last one. We'll make comment and we'll end this off. This is it's kind of a good little rapid fire, little rude fire program we're doing today. I kind of like it.
It's fun.
Hopefully you dig it too. Anyway, let's list the last one here, and we'll finish off with this. This one's a little bit longer, but she makes a good point. It goes by fast. Here we go.
When did people forget what the actual job of the government is? And it's not to modify your behavior or tell you how to live, who to be with, and how to act, what words to use, or modify your behavior in any sort of the way. But that's exactly what's been happening in Canada and Western Europe and Australia since 2015. The government started off small. First, they told you, don't use the word homeless, use the word unhoused, right? And a bunch of NPC losers are like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, if the word change is going to happen, how will that help the homeless community? Is it going to solve the homeless crisis?
Right.
Is it going to make anybody's life even the slightest bit better or improve it in any way? No, it's just a virtue signaling word that then gets you trained to change your own language, police your own language, police your own thoughts, police other people's thoughts. And now Canada wants to bring in a law of, how should I say this? It's called coercion and control within a relationship, right?
Just want to stop it in there because this is just makes sense real quick. When she's talking about change your language, not say certain things. Remember how you come home and our kids are telling you, you can't say retarded. Yeah. Or you can't say, midget or dwarf, it's little person. Or you can't say fat, it's overweight. Or, I mean, whatever it is. They're trying to soften the language, trying to change the language. This is exactly what she's talking about. And it's like, no, we've got to stop that bullshit right now. And anyway, so let's listen to more and then we'll finally, I just want to interject that real quick.
Which all of us are like, hey, that's great. Except when Canadians make laws, they make it so broad that pretty much anybody can get in trouble. And they do this on purpose so that they can further modify people's behaviors. And now it's going to be
extreme
inside
DUI,
of their homes.
remember that?
Not outside where you are with other people, inside of your home, with your loved ones, with your family. And anybody now can use this law to get anybody else in trouble just for a misunderstanding. And they want that. And you know why they want that? Because they want collectivism. They want you as cyborg that thinks the same, says the same, acts the same. Anything the government wants, they want you to just be like, yes, sir, please tell us how to live.
Sheep.
And that is primarily because a lot of people from Gen X, boomers, millennials, Gen Zs have not been able to graduate their brains from a childlike attitude to adult-like attitude. Do you understand that when you make a decision, it is
a good point.
Your decision? Yeah. That means actions have consequences. And you have to face those consequences when you make the wrong decision. That is how you learn and grow as a person. You don't let the government decide what you should think, how you should act. Let me just show you this bill. It's
like they did with COVID and the jab and shit like that, for example. Oh, God. Yes. No, she makes excellent points.
Dr. Leslie Lewis, I've showed her work many times. She's like literally the best thing to ever happen to the conservatives, amongst other people that have now quit, politics because of liberals. But she said you should read Bill C-16. This bill creates new offenses in the criminal code, which are deeply concerning for normal, loving family interactions based on a pattern of coercive or controlling conduct, even when no violence, threats, or illegal acts occur. So, asking a spouse where they have been after they said they'd be home, apparently controlling, expressing concerns about excessive drinking, apparently now it's going to be a criminal crime, disagreeing about finances or spending, criminal. How is that normal to some of you?
No way.
Can you believe that shit?
Wow.
I wanted to end on that because she makes some excellent points about what's going on. And this is the problem that we have. We have people who are allowing or letting, or the ones creating this, saying we are going to control what you say as actions. They're already doing it in the UK. You can't put hate speech on it. Well, what is hate speech? Well, that's if you offend somebody in what you say online. And they have arrested people and gone to their homes in the UK, in England, excuse me, and arrested people for this shit. Now they're making stuff like, oh, you can't argue about finances with your spouse and just say, hey, wait, we can't be spending that shit or whatever, and all these other things that she listed there. Go back, pause it through, and look at the list that she didn't even get to.
That is wild.
We have got to put our feet down and say enough with the government. The government's way too effing big, way too fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to,
Yeah, and they got their tentacles and everything. And when that's kind of the thing, like when
you have no business doing that either.
Yeah, they have no business doing that. And when's too far? This is too far.
Yeah,
a lot's been too far. Keep me safe. From foreign intruders.
Yeah,
with our military. You know
Keep
what I mean?
my roads safe so I can drive on a freeway on a road without potholes
Right.
everywhere. Keep the bridges and overpasses, functioning so we don't fall down and shit whatever. Keep the firefighters and the police and blah blah blah. But
So
stop
when
this bullshit. We did the video about the scanning the IDs here in Utah to go to a bar and restaurant, no matter how old you are. It's none of the goddamn government's business to sit there and scan everyone's ID. If you're over the age of 21, you're legally allowed to drink.
Yeah.
If you look like you're under, if you're 35 or under and you still look like you could be under 21, get carded, fine, I get it. But when you're an 80-year-old or 60-year-old or whatever, this is the shit she's talking about. And we just did a video on it. So check the other one out. But the government needs to shrink immensely.
Yeah. When there's so much oversight that you can't, you feel like you can't even go out of your house. You can't even go into your neighbor's yard.
Right.
You feel like you can't, you can't have a disagreement with somebody on the street. It's too much. You know what I mean?
You
it's
can't
too much.
Call somebody fat because they're definitely overweight because it might offend them.
Now I'm going to get a criminal charge over that.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
You can't call somebody stupid. You can't, it's like, oh my God, it's exactly what they're trying to do. Laws are being used to modify behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they want to do. This is what the digital ID is all about. This is what the social credit score is all about. And 15-minute cities, the surveillance state, keeping you in this whole thing. We're going to do a video about the Ring doorbell cameras, finding your dog, Milton or Milty or whatever. Where's Rover? Well, if they can find Rover, they can find the Rude.
Yeah, exactly.
Just telling you. So anyway.
Anywhere he's in.
Yeah. So that was our rapid fire, our rude fire podcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to do that again because that was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I like going through those pretty quick. And then we'll do deep dives and other ones here and there. But there are just so many interesting topics that we don't look at that, if we find a video, you'll send me some links of stuff like, ooh, yeah, let's do this for rapid fire, or let's do, this, that for whatever. And because there's stuff out there that, we don't really want to do a full segment on, but it's good to touch upon the topic and do all that. So anyway, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Please look for the next Rude Barn podcast. Check out our other ones. Like you said, we did the ID scan for buying alcohol. We did the Olympic thing about the ones who are grateful and the ones who are ungrateful about being Americans and being in the Olympics. Check that one out as well. And look for others that we have going on as well. So thanks for joining us, King Gang. Question everything. TheRudeBarn.etsy.com. Right?
Like, share, subscribe, comment, talk to us. We love gang. We're out of here.
Later.